Hi everyone. I'm just recording a pretty quick video here just because I haven't shown my face for a while, and these social distancing times, isolation, because just kind of want to report yourself to the world or something like that. Anyway, I've just posted a video yesterday for the Chrono Trigger boss battle number one, and I plan to see if I can post one video every day of this week because I just left my previous job and I'm gonna start a new job on Monday. So this is the time in which I have nothing else to worry about, and my MBA is also on vacation since last Friday. So I just wanted to use this time, which is the time that I can get to do stuff that I enjoy. Obviously, this is a different scene that you probably have seen. I never recorded anything in my music room. I usually do it from my office upstairs. But I figure that since time isolation, this is the workstation I've been using for my work, remote work. I just figured that I record it here. So what I wanted to talk about is FM. I love FM. Who doesn't, right? And you obviously know I'm very passionate about it, and you can accomplish great things with FM, like that Michael Jackson Thriller song that I posted a few months ago, or maybe last year. um, and it's just that I've been doing things mostly with the YM2612 chip, and I have since kind of been doing other stuff and using other equipment, and I wanted to not only share a little bit about what this equipment is and how I'm using it, but also about what do you think I should do next. Should I continue to focus solely on YM2612? Should I explore other stuff as what I'm gonna show today, or should I just continue with my development of my video game synthesizer, which is gonna take a while because I can't possibly do it by myself, and the person that can help me, that is Tito from Estonia. He is super tied up with other commitments that he has. So that is put on hold at least until January. At least at around that time, I'm gonna be graduated from the MBA as well. So I'm gonna have all my nighttime back, which will allow me to do more work. And yes, I usually talk about, start my videos saying that yes, there are a few things going on with my life, and yeah, it's usually related to either work or MBA that I started last year, and it just sucks in so much of my time because when I come home, I have so much work to do, and when I'm done, it's bedtime, and then I have classes on weekends, and basically I just use the rest of the time that I have left just for trying to relax a little bit, which has been driving me crazy because I can't stop thinking about my things and about my music and about all the other stuff. Anyway, I'm just gonna give you a quick tour of the room and the stuff that I have here, how I have stuff set up, and let's discuss it by the time when I'm complete. It's gonna be a little cut because I have to switch to the back camera of my phone, and obviously iPhone doesn't let you do it when you're recording, which I don't understand why. But anyway, not a rant about how iPhone manages the camera. Let's go on with the tour. All right. Obviously, my voice quality will diminish because now it's trying to capture with the front microphone. But anyway, here it is. This is what I call my music room. I am primarily a drummer. I do not play many other instruments. I play a little bit of guitar, and I can kind of arrange some stuff on the bass if necessary. It's not really my stuff, but I have all these instruments because I enjoy making sound with all of them and recording stuff. But that's pretty much all the analog side of things. You might be seeing on the back there my YMK synthesizer, which I use to record lots of my videos. I have not been using it. I will explain why in a moment. I also have here 72 key, I forgot 70 something key, keyboard, which is basically my wife's keyboard, and this was actually the first keyboard that we bought into the house. It's just like she wanted to play some piano. This was a good price keyboard, and it has been doing its job. Now, you already saw here, I have a Phantom. Did show up, this Phantom did show up in one of my videos when I have my friend Gustavo playing many presets, many sounds of the YMK, using this and communicating with it via MIDI. But right now, I probably should say this keyboard contributed to a lot of the sounds that you find in the Pure Solar soundtrack, the official soundtrack. There was a lot of stuff that was recorded out of this, but I am actually using this right now myself as a MIDI controller, and I know it is overkill and everything, and one day I'll get back to making music. But it's just great because I love the keys in the Phantom. They feel so good. It's hard to explain why. I have a Korg Kronos as well, Kronos X. The keys are not that good. And again, the Kronos was mostly used for sounds the instruments that ended up in Pure Solar soundtrack. Now, looking back here is my computer. I use a 3-monitor setup. I know these are not great monitors. They have large bezels, but they do the job. And this is usually, I also double this computer as my flight simulator. That is the computer right there. This is a 2008 Core 2 Quad Extreme processor. And it's amazing how these extreme processors, how long they last. This computer does not lag. It is good, it is fast, it doesn't even have an SSD. Love the extreme processors. I'm hoping to upgrade it this year. It has been locking on occasion, and I think it's just showing signs of age. Anyway, let me show you what I have back here. I have recently gotten the Reface DX. It's a very nice keyboard that has a 4-operator FM synthesizer, and I have kind of done a few of my own stuff here, pretty much like copying presets from the YM2612 stuff that you find on the Sega Genesis Mega Drive into here, and it sounds great. I'll demonstrate in a second. And in the back here, you will see the Yamaha TX7. And I know it's a little cramped here, and this is preloaded. This is a TX7. It's preloaded with all the presets from a DX7. And people who don't know, the TX7, basically what it is a DX7 module. They call it the FM expander because you could sync this up with the DX7 and then play sounds in unison. It does not expand the number of channels. It will just pretty much play both simultaneously. And you have like these buttons that say combine or individual. If it's set on individual, you can change the preset on the DX7 and it will not change in here. But if you set to combine, whenever you do a program change on the DX7, it will change on this. I was always curious about the DX7 sounds, and then I found there was an auction. This was good price. I got it. It was broke, but I just had to do a little bit of recapping, and then it's now great and working. That's my capture card over there. It's a Fast Track Ultra. It's discontinued, but it still has drivers for Windows 10, so I use this to pretty much plug almost everything into it. With the exception of my synthing, that's what we call it. So the story, you're probably gonna see the analog logo here and the analog logo over there. And the story behind this is that the owner of Analog contacted me because we have been collaborating for a long time, but he knew that I'm super passionate about the YM2612, and he asked if I could build them a module, a MIDI module to just play the chips for the Sega Genesis. So you will find down here, and it was gonna be a little hard to show, but you see the two big silicons that you have on the edge right here are the YM2612s, and right beside it in the middle, those are the SN76489, which is the PSG chip, in which the PSG in the Mega Drive is based on. It's not an exact copy, so I just want to make sure that I'm not telling the purists are gonna complain. The PSG in the this is authentic Texas Instrument SN76489, whereas in the Sega Genesis it's as an ASIC reproduction of this with a few modifications, so it's more commonly referred as a Sega PSG. Anyway, what I did is that I ported all of my code from the YMK into this. This runs a different processor. The YMK is running on a AT Mega 22560. Yeah, 2650. Never mind. Sorry. So it's basically running on an Arduino Mega, and this is actually using a proper 32-bit MCU ST microcontroller on one of the ST32F series. It's very powerful, and yeah. Anyway, so this so basically what this does is it's pretty much what the other one does, except with the exception that this one has PSG chips. On the YMK, I basically emulate PSG using the FM chips, and this doesn't have a keyboard. It is pretty much just the bare bones MIDI module. Anyway, you can see that I utilize the similar interface, but because I use a much larger screen here, I was able to lay all the 4 operators like so, and then as if I go ahead and switch operators, I can see which operator is selected so that I know what I'm editing. Anyway, so this is all connected, and I use FL Studio, and I've been using FL Studio since 2004 perhaps, and love this thing. Will not use anything else. That basically is a control panel for me to see all of the stuff out of the card. Now there is a mixer here, and I didn't only turn this on just for shows. I'm actually using this. This was designed to output professional audio levels. And what happens is when I plug this straight to the fast track, every time the audio signal goes over 5 volts, or so I believe that's what's happening, it has a little clicking noise, a little clipping sound, which is not related to volume. You can actually see volume here looking okay, but you get that clipping sound. So anyway, because of that, I plug into this, which is Super Pro, so it has no problem handling the highest voltage levels on the outputs. And this guy is connected back here through SPDIF, so it's pure digital. There is no loss of quality compared to what's captured here and transmitted into here. All right. Now here you see the Phantom here. Right now it's just basically set to what it does, you know, Phantom presets. So what I do here, it's I go over to internal and switch to external, and now this thing doesn't produce any sound, and everything I key in here is sent through the MIDI cable, and it goes straight into the TX7. It's directly wired into the TX7. So if I play something here now, and we're gonna hear all the electronic piano sounds. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know. It's my fault. It's because I have, sorry about that. It's because I have on my MIDI settings here, the Phantom is enabled as a controller. So I'll disable it as a controller. FL Studio is no longer gonna get input from this. And then now again. Anyway, I don't know how to play keyboards. The only things I do here is pretty much random keying stuff. Right now, what this guy is doing, I muted its volume and it's controlling that via MIDI through FL Studio. So all my inputs here get captured by FL Studio that then sends to this card that then has a MIDI setting that goes straight in this guy. And then as a result, as I type notes here, wow, that sounds like a trumpet. Wow, what a surprise. Then yeah, that sounds like a organ, like what this one. Anyway, and then if I go here on FL Studio and then go back on the MIDI settings and then disable the Reface DX, now I have here, so pretty much it's not gonna do anything. So I can now crank my volume up and so that's the same preset that I use for piano, my main piano on the YMK and then, you know, YM2612 stuff. But you heard me probably playing this like a million times. Anyway, yeah, Intro to Streets of Rage. So this sound is actually coming straight from this. Like there's no activity going here. In fact, let's do something interesting. I'm gonna go back here and switch this preset to the acoustic grand piano and re-enable the Reface DX as a controller. Wow, sounds like nothing changed, but now let me switch this off and then let's see how it sounds. Anyway, yeah, so I have control. I can use any of these as a controller for those. Or I can do what I normally do is just have FL Studio go here and control the, what was it this before? It was electric guitar, distortion guitar, there you go. And when I play here, anything that I play here is gonna be transmitted directly. Plus it will have any audio stuff that I have here. So this is actually after I recorded. So if I were to show you the tracks, I actually have all of the tracks after they were recorded. But they are disabled now in here. So all you're gonna hear is the actual MIDI sound playing through the YMK. So if I, yeah, what did I do wrong? Yeah, unscripted stuff. Anyway, here we go. Yeah. And you can hear see all the activity going, raging. Anyway, you can listen to the video. I just posted yesterday. It's in my channel. So that is the better recording of this. Anyway, let me get back to the tripod and then let's wrap this up. All right, I'm back. So I've been really wondering what I should do regarding shooting videos that I'm using more than just my YM2612 synthesizer, and actually started using the Reface DX and using the DX7 as well, and try to make more complex sounds. Now, I know that kind of defeats the purpose of what I've been trying to do, is just to show how powerful that 4-operator synthesizer that you find on the Mega Drive or Sega Genesis is. But on the other hand, I want to make the case that the YM2612 is viable as an instrument, and that's why I built that keyboard. And as an instrument, you shouldn't expect that instrument to be used, one instrument to be used for the entire recording. This is why I was never shy of recording stuff that has sample drums that come out of FL Studio, because I mean, here's my instrument that is making all my melody and other stuff, because that's how musicians use their instruments. Even in the height of the DX7 age, the X7 wasn't used for everything, right? You have drum machines, you have other analog synthesizers like the Jupiter, the Juno, so many things, you know, Prophet 5 and what's the name of the other? I keep trying to remember. It's stuff that sequencers, Moogs, and all of that high availability of different electronic instruments that were there, that people did not just default to the DX7. Like, for example, Take On Me, right? Has that very, very catchy bass. What is this? Patch 15? Yeah, has this beginning of Take On Me that starts with this bass. But it doesn't use only the DX7, right? The main synth that does the main riff, the famous Aha riff, is using a Juno 60. So that the whole idea that instruments should collaborate and then build something bigger. Anyway, what I think the reason I'm coming here and asking this question is because you guys are the viewers. You are the people that I'm making content for, and I know I'm not making a lot of it, and I really appreciate all of you keeping your subscriptions. It's like dream of mine to reach that 10,000 magic number, get a play button. Who knows, at that point I could make videos like, you know, on a regular basis. But regardless, I just want to make sure that I'm making the stuff that you guys want to watch. And if it's continuing on only my personal hardware, or only my YM 2612 and the 2151, which it's gonna definitely be in my video game synthesizer. I plan to have the OPN, OPM, and OPL at least. So definitely gonna have that in all the PSG chips, and hopefully a way to use. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be hard to use the SPC 700 from the Super Nintendo as well. And perhaps that's gonna be my source for drums, because you know, FMs are not great for for making drum sounds. Anyway, just gonna leave you guys with a question. If you have anything to say, any suggestions, any ideas, if you have music requests, I don't necessarily won't necessarily be able to do them right away, but I keep them in mind, like I did for the Chrono Trigger Forest that I posted maybe 2-3 months ago. Isolation, I lost track of time. I want to, yeah, so basically someone had posted that as an idea, can you do that? And I did it, and it turned out to sound pretty good. So I was very happy with that. And also, there was something that I had been thinking about doing as well. It's doing live transmission of me doing my music editing. I don't know if anyone would be interested in watching those, or watching those after I broadcast, because editing stuff can take hours sometimes. Like something like that Michael Jackson song took maybe, I would say probably took about 3 weeks to edit. So it was a while, so I will have to be doing like many of them. Or if it's something like that last the Chrono Trigger boss, I actually did it in a day, but it probably took about 3 hours to do the whole thing, maybe four. So I don't know if it's something that you'd be interested in, and by the time when I start doing more electronics, I could, live soldering. I know other people have done that. So pretty much, if you have anything to say, any ideas, any questions, anything, comments below, like people say. Write in the comments. I always read every single comment that you guys write. I always take them into consideration of, regarding to what I'm gonna do next. So yes, leave your opinion. And if it's the first time you're coming here, please consider subscribing. It doesn't add anything for me. I don't make any money out of YouTube. It's just personal motivation to seeing that people want to see more of these videos. And I will leave it with that. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next time.